Hello and welcome back to Google.rs. It's Byron speaking, and I still have to get used to the new title. Sorry, that I gave to this series here. And in the previous session, we managed to actually set up backlinks here so that I can click this little crate icon here and I get back to the actual crate for use. I mean, this could possibly be interesting here. So it's good to have. Anyway, the next issue is all about adding download links. That should also be easy. I mean, sure, it's easy, right? But I just want to check. So all that should be required is that we add a few more things here. First of all, well, that was a truism, wasn't it? If you want to implement something, you have to add more things to something else. Well, yes. So HTML index. I need a download base URL, asset URL, download URL, download base URL. So I have repo base URL, doc base URL. And I guess I want to have download base URL. For now, this is only relevant to the index, so I just drop it here. It's HTTP Byronimo.de. So that's going to be like, I think, 150 megabytes for release builds per platform. So it's like 300 megabyte. And I don't think I can get that into the GitHub user content, not easily. And I also don't mind. I can just, what's my VPS there for? So, actually, it's dl.byronimo.de, and that's the base URL, and from there you just add stuff. I think I want to add the / myself here, and that is that. So now I have the information that I need and can just add more things. What about, okay, how should it look like? Right now we have a little 16 by 16 icon. I think that's what I stick to. Then I know that in the assets, actually, well, probably I want to get that tab back then. In the assets, there's a fav icon for download stuff. Maybe even here. No, but it's real small. And button down, I think that's the one. Show it. Yeah, let's have a look at this one here, because here I think I have the tendency to use this one because I have is this that's just an alpha problem. Good. So in my case, with the white background, this will not be visible at all. So this is the one I would like to use. How is that called? Copy image URL. Didn't I just copy the image URL? Maybe I can also just drop it here. So that's called download something PNG. So I guess it's this one. Not button, but this one here. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, this is the one I would like to have. I think I use the GitHub user content. And then we need images. Download. Yeah, kind of custom images for OS X and Linux. And I wonder, right now it would be like a combined version so that I have two buttons, like Linux and followed by the download, and then OS X followed by the download, maybe comma separated. Yeah, so it could probably look like this. Can I now even go as far and say, well, I want to drop this information right here. So type here. I can. Would be cool if it would be live though. But anyway, so this would then look like Linux DL, comma, and then OS X DL. So these are icons respectively. Yeah, and with the comma that sucks because the comma is exclusively used. Yeah, so I guess I need just one icon per thing. So I can't really use this here, even though it would be great. So that is that. Let's ask, no, not Google device. Let's, yeah, I just need a new tab, huh? There we go. Let's ask for something like Linux icon image. I need something that is for free use. Icon. Maybe even Ubuntu icon. Yeah. Because after all, I built it on Ubuntu 12, and I think I don't want to lie about this fact. Commons. I want a real small one. Maybe they have different sizes and I can just link to Wikipedia. So here we go with 200. Yeah, 200 is still too big. Come on. I mean, it's a... I could use this, I guess. I'm not sure if this is safe to use or not. Also, GitHub will cache these things anyway. And at the end of the day, this will be hosted on GitHub. Still too big, though. This is... Yeah. That's Commons. Maybe add Canonical. There's a tiny, something like this. Products, Ubuntu. Maybe here there is some typical sign that, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Oh, they want me to copy it. Inspect. Static img. So look, I think that's the one I want to use. That's the one. So I should be able to copy image URL, right? Yes. And then it can render it. So let's try that. Ubuntu img is this. So we set it up to 16 by 16. This will grant perfect quality at small sizes. So apparently Chrome doesn't want to render this. Maybe I don't even get it like that. Do I get it like that? Or does the server say, nope, you are not leeching from my turf? Yeah, I get it at least. And it's 2 kilobytes. So yeah, this is what I want. And now the same thing for OS X. OS X icon. What's the typical icon for OS X, by the way? Maybe just an apple. Maybe just this, huh? It's more like an Apple icon. Apple icon, then look like this. Give me that. Unfortunately, not with the appropriate license. However, come on. Will they sue me? Probably not. Oh. So that's good because the canonical icon is round. And where did I see the round one? Didn't I just see the round? Here. Here's a round one that I can also use. Icon gal. So that's the one. 16 by 16. Yeah, probably they block you because they don't want to have cross-site references. Copy image URL. But on the other hand, but that's not what I wanted, isn't it? I wanted to have a round one. No. I was clicking this one. Excuse me. It changed. Creative Commons. Okay, but it changed. That sucks. Okay, so maybe I just use this one then. This comes from here. I mean, considering I can set up a version, I believe I can use this. So let's use it for now. We can change the links later. OSX IMG. There we go. This is what I'm going to link to. So that's where I don't have to host the resources myself, which is much appreciated because I would have to copy these. I mean, sure, if I have resources, I can probably just copy them in and then I'm safe. But I wait until it breaks. I don't know if it will break or not. But I will risk it. Yeah, and I'm now looking at the QuickTime player who records my stuff, and now it's at 30 CPU usage, which is what I want. Previously, it went up to an incredible 350, probably because it couldn't use the GPU, but now it can. Awesome. So yeah, let's do it. Here we go. If API name is that. So otherwise we have a program, and here we want to generate one of these. And then we just loop over this for, yeah, OS name in, here we just go with Ubuntu and OS X. Oops, not like that, sorry. Wrong mode. And if and for each OS. And now we generate the links. And wait, this is where you want to link to. This is the image. So here I go with get, and then I can just say, let's do single quotes here. Then I can just say, well, it's the name IMG, right? Yes, it's always like this. So I just exploit the fact that I know how these links are supposed to be named like, and that way I can save the redundancy here. That's okay. And if that access fails, the get will fail, which is also okay. So here we link to an image, and the download should be, so now we have to generate that as well. Download URL base, I guess we don't generate it because we just use it once. So I do it right here. So it's HTML index download base URL plus, oh, what happened? Plus slash, and I guess I just merged this in here. No, I use plus. Let's use plus. And then, yeah, let's see how this is organized right now. I hope I get there. Safety first, huh? Downloads. So that's the DL by Ronimo. And from there we go. You know, I call it Google.rs. Why not? Google.rs. And inside of Google APIs, I already had some sort of, okay, I just put these things for download. So I guess I will just go with, yeah, I assume release for these links. So I will not name it explicitly. I will not have debug links there. So all I need basically is the program type and the version. And that's it. The general CLI version. Good. So Google.rs. Make dir. We go with CLI. That's the only thing we have. And then the version 0.2.0 is the first one we have right now. Type CLI 020, yeah. Like this. And that's it. So it's type plus version. And now I think I wanna have this type version. Here we go. And I'm not sure what binds more closely here. I think I will just find out. Because if I don't have to put additional parentheses around that, I would be very happy. Makes it more readable, I guess. All right, here we have the API name. That will just be CLI in this case, or maybe graphical user interface at some point. And then we go with the data AD. I think then it's cargo build version, yeah. Cargo build version. And that's the great thing, that we can now freely access any kind of program specific data that we didn't have access before. So that's the build version 0.20. Awesome. And that will be the download URL. I guess that should already do something useful. Especially it will force me to recompile YouTube, which takes a while, obviously. Very unfortunate, but well, what can you do? Right. La la la, waiting. Good, but that I don't need anymore, that I don't need anymore. That's the one that's gonna change anytime now to something far more beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably bad that I don't make explicit that this is a download link, but people will see where this points to and they might get the gist anyway. Oh, look, it's done. There we go. Oh, this doesn't want to give me, Oh, and also I want to say download the program. That's what I want to say. The rest should be fine. But the other link doesn't want to give me anything. So that's Ubuntu. Ubuntu, okay, this is why it didn't work apparently. Or SVGs don't work. Image source SVG. Why does that not work? Image source SVG. Problem. See? How do I get it? Well, SVG. Okay, so this is how that works. I was able to use the sample to create a test page and it worked just fine. My assumption is that there's something wrong with your SVG file. No, it's not. Title ellipse. So maybe it wants the SVG field. I had the same problem and it turned out I had a typo in the XML. Okay. Does it mean that that Chrome is able to do SVG unless there is some sort of weirdness? But on the other hand, it rendered fine. Maybe you want to have a different image tag. Let's go back to canonical products just to see. Just to see what happens if I inspect that and there should be the tag that they use. Class icon look, they also use the SVG directly, man. But they don't set the height and width, maybe that's the thing. But even if I link to it directly, it will just work. Class icon. Okay, so what does that do? Maybe it does something special? No, doesn't look like it. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Yeah, so maybe I like this one. It kind of fits well into the scheme with the Apple logo. It's kind of nice. Oh yeah, and sure, I should probably also put the program name there now that I'm thinking about it. Like this. And that's a program name. Util. Can I get CLI here? Program name. I might not be able to get the program name. CLI Mako. CLI related Mako files. What do I have there? I should have some util, right? And how's the program name made? I don't want to know that actually. It's library name, then you replace stuff. Yeah, I don't want to know that. But it's only known here, so I guess I want to put this here as well. Yeah, let's put the logic in here and then just call it, because otherwise I have no access to that. Again, create IOUL. Let's put it right here where we need it. Program name requires what? Requires the library name, and the library name requires name and version. All right, name version. So we say library name, name version, replace, bada boom, bada boom. So yeah, that's the program name, util.program name, and then I put in the stuff myself, library name, name version, like this, and the replacement shall not be necessary because we do this here. So that should be it. All right, we will see if that works or not, but I think it will, because it's essentially the same, library name and replace, no suffix. Oh no, wait. Here it is. All right, that is that. And now I should also actually use it from util import program name. For now, this is just fine because we don't know about exe or not. We don't have Windows, but we will deal with that once we have to. So that is AN and V, I think. That's the values. Program name. Cool. So let's see if that works. But I think it should if there's no silly error. The generation doesn't tell us anything, actually. Now it compiles the YouTube API just to get the cargo documentation using rustdoc. Then the next step will be to regenerate the CLI, which is when we see whether our fix worked or not. You know, I could have introduced some typo, some bug. And if that works, I think I'm quite confident that we will get what we want to get. Still doesn't solve the problem with the canonical logo here that doesn't want to come in. Maybe there's also an PNG version. So that doesn't work. PNG. JPEG. Interesting. So it looks like these are actually there, but they're not shown. Inspect. So what's here? So it's there, see, but it's empty. Maybe this is something with display block. Ah, okay. I don't know. Does it mean it's blocked? It's not shown? I can't even change it. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe the style kind of makes it totally go away. Shadow root. Yeah, maybe this is what happens. I don't know. If I download it, it works magically. Huh. Okay, maybe I find some other resource Ubuntu icon 16 by 16. Maybe that's something. Images. I would also take a colorful one. I mean, this one is as good, right? So that's not megaicons.net. Oh, look at this. I can probably click this one. The question is, whoa, that's one massive link. Can I just not have Google in there? That would be awesome. That's the one. Okay, let's use this one instead. So unfortunately, trigger a rebuild again. But, you know. Okay, here we go. So first, I can check whether the download links look a bit more sensible. Yes, they do. 44 not found. That was expected. But the download link is cool. I think. Oh, Google.rs is missing. That's not cool. Damn it. Google.rs. Here we go. Yeah, I can hardcode this here for now because obviously this is the Google.rs project or Google APIs RS, but let's just keep it like real short and spicy. Oh, and see how far we have been proceeding. It has been rebuilt. Now we have the icons. Yeah, it's a bit, you know, it's not perfect because this is a bit larger than that, but besides that, Google.rs .cli YouTube 3. Okay, so if I, for the fun of it, would put a file there, vim YouTube 3. Oh wait, isn't there? Yeah, where's the operating system, man? Think. I call it Ubuntu. I just put the OS name in there. So it's as usually the type of thing, then the version, then the platform that we have the version for. So that's going to be the platform here, which is OS name. It's obviously too short to be useful in a way because usually it's 32, 64-bit, but we just assume 64. Download the 64-bit program. And then there are so many dependencies, you know, like libc and stuff. So it's really difficult to actually, and OpenSSL we need as well. So it's difficult to really pinpoint the kind of version that you have. So you can as well say, well, forget it. Here's some version, try it out. Maybe it works. Maybe not. So make dir and Ubuntu and OS X. Here we go, and I try Ubuntu, YouTube 3, hello. That should just be a text file that can then be given to me. Oops, let's rebuild this. Voila. And that looks better. It's CLI OS X, but here I have nothing. In Ubuntu I should have a file that is telling me hello. Awesome. So that's how it's going to be. I'm happy with the looks. I think I'm going to rebuild the docs now just for the fun of it. But before that, I guess I should just make my commit here and wrap up this session. So bang, bang, bang. Closest 107.6. 106. That's feature index.html. Added download links. OS X, Ubuntu. Can I crunch this down to work? I can. Anything special? Yeah, maybe the asset. All assets are configured via shared YAML and are located elsewhere in the web. this could lead to broken assets at some point, but I'm just risking it for now, knowing that it's easily done to have local resources. Besides that, it will kind of be cached by GitHub as well, which might help us for a while. All right, that's that. Oh, I always forget, no CI, it fails anyway. Skip CI, this should work at some point when we go stable, but until then, it's all for nothing in a way. And we don't want to waste cycles, even if it's in the cloud and not paid by me, but let's not, use resources unnecessarily. Try to be efficient. That's my words for the Sunday. It's Sunday even. So have a good day and hope to see you next time.